In this lesson, we are going to learn how to subtract integers using counters. Here is a drawing of a counter model of positive 5 subtract positive 3. It's also the same as saying 5 subtract 3. I have 5 positive counters. I'm being asked to take away 3. 1, 2, 3. They're crossed out. I'm left with 2 positives. 5 subtract 3 is 2. In the next example, we are asked to complete the model of negative 4 subtract negative 3. So I have 4 negatives. It's asking me to take away 3 negatives, so I will cross out 1, 2, 3. I am left with negative 1. Remember, you can only take away if you have something already there. So for example, I can only take away positives if I have positives to take away. I can only take away negatives if I have some negatives already to take away. This question here asks, why can you not model negative 4 subtract positive 3? If I show 4 negatives, I don't have any positives to take away. In order to subtract integers, we need to use the zero principle. For every positive and negative that are together, it equals 0. We are going to use the zero principle method to model subtracting integers. Step 1. Represent the integer negative 4 using counters. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm being asked to subtract positive 3. I don't have positive 3 to take away. I'm going to use the zero principle to make a different model of negative 4. We learned this in a previous video. I'm going to put my original 4. If I include a positive and a negative, a positive and a negative, positive and a negative, those are 3 zeros, I still have negative 4. Now, using the model, I'm going to take away or subtract 3 positives. 1, 2, 3. What is left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 negatives left. I'm going to do this again in step 4. Add as many zeros as I need depending on the subtraction question. I'm going to model negative 4 subtract positive 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't have any positives to take away right now. I'm going to create some using the zero principle. There's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, do I have enough positives to take away? Yes, I do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What do I have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Negative 4 subtract positive 5 is negative 9. Let's look at the reflecting questions. Why do you not need to add zeros to this model? Because if I create 4 negatives, I have 3 already there to take away. 1, 2, 3. Why do I need negatives to add to this model? When I start with -4 and it asks me to take away +3, I don't have any. I need to create some positives by using the zero principle. Let's do some more practicing. Use counters to model each question in the table. Then identify whether or not the model requires zeros. Then complete the table. The first one is done for us. I'm going to add counters. -4, subtract +2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do I have any positives that I can take away? No, I don't. I need to create them by using the zero principle. Now, can I take away 2 positives? Yes, I can. 1, 2. What am I left with? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The answer is -6. I needed to add zeros. I added 2. Let's take a look at B. +3. 1, 2, 3. It's asking me to subtract 2 positives. I have 2 positives. I can do that. 1, 2. I'm left with +1. I don't need to add any zeros. Question C. 3 positives. 1, 2, 3. It's asking to subtract or take away 2 negatives. I don't have them. I need to create them. There's 1, and there's 2. Now I can subtract 2 negatives. There's 1, there's 2. I'm left with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 positives. Yes, I needed to create zeros. I needed to create 2 of them. Question D. Subtract 2 negatives from 3 negatives. Here are my 3 negatives. It's asking me to take away 2 of them. I can. I'm left with 1 negative. No zeros are needed. Example E is a little trickier. Let's pay attention to this one. It's asking me to subtract 3 negatives from 2 negatives. They are the same sign. Earlier we learned you can take positives from positives and negatives from negatives. But look what happens. I have 2 negatives. It's asking me to take away 3. I don't have 3. I need to create some. I do that using the zero principle. I'm just going to create 1 extra 0. There's a positive and there's a negative. Do I have 3 negatives here that I can take away? Yes, I can. 1, 2, 3. I'm left with +1. Yes, I needed to create a 0. I only needed 1. Now it is your turn. First, you are going to use counters to calculate -4, subtract -1, and draw your model. Be prepared to discuss this question in class. Why do you not need to add zeros to complete the subtraction? 8a. Use counters to calculate -1, subtract -4. For this question, pay attention to what we did up here. And be prepared to discuss this question in class. Why we needed to add zeros. For the final question, draw a counter model for -3, subtract +4, And over here, -3 plus -4. Be prepared to discuss what you discover. Good luck.